there is a serious bid from AEK Athens. We know that Dessers has intimated that he'd be keen on that move, and by all accounts looks to have agreed kind of wages. It's just a case of Rangers and AEK haggling over a fee. And I mean, I've done a piece for tomorrow in the paper saying Russell Martin's only been in a week, but he's already got a big problem, because whatever you think of Cyriel Dessers, that's 25 goals out the dressing room, in a flash, before he's done anything. As I say, whether you think Dessers is first choice or whether you think he's any good, he guarantees you 25 goals a season, because he's done it for the last 2 years, and Russell Martin has to replace that. He's obviously been linked with different strikers, but it's a big job having to replace those goals, those guaranteed goals, because that's what Dessers was giving you. So, look, we've said it a million times on here. It's a massive... Rangers have got a massive rebuilding job in their hands. And, look, things haven't happened as yet, but I'm pretty sure things will start moving pretty quickly in terms of players going out and then players coming in.
In the comments, Dennis says, Mick, we will see how good Dessers is when he's gone. A minority of our fans force players out, then realise what they actually brought to the club. Goldson's a perfect example. We never replaced them. As Scott says, I mean, it's 51 goals in 108 games, 27 assists as well in 2 seasons. Look, I know he's a bit of a divisive figure. I know he misses chances. But at this level, as Scott says, he guarantees you goals. I think it'd be mad to usher him out the door.
He does, right? He does, and I've been kind of defending him. I think he does what he does. He scores goals, and he misses chances, but he scores goals. But he's also on top whack. This is a guy who's over 30. He's a top earner. He's on. I said before, he's on first choice striker wages, and is he going to be first choice striker next season? Rangers are kind of hoping they won't be. I mean, they might have to be, but they're hoping they won't be. So you're going to end up with a guy who's going to be the backup centre forward on first choice money. Do you know what I mean? So, and you're over 30. So Rangers, I mean, you've got to weigh it up. If they can get the same money back or even make a profit on him at his age and on his wages, you've got to say, thanks, big man, all the best. I think it has been a good signing for Rangers. I know he drives people nuts. He misses chances and he's a bit flaky. And the key moments in big games when you really rely on him to put it in the back of the net, that's where he's not quite done it. Yeah. But he is what he is. When he does score goals, I mean, he'll drive people crazy, but his record's incredible. But that's been the way he's always done his career, it looks like.
Mick, I totally agree. Look, if Rangers get a big bid in for Dessers, and it looks as if it's going to be around the kind of 4 million pound mark, which is roughly kind of what they paid for him. It might actually be a wee bit more than what they paid for him. Yeah. At 30 years old, and the fact that he seems keen to go, of course you have to take it. Yeah. And in terms of money coming in, and top of obviously the investment for the new, whatever investment is there for the new owners, it's a decent start for them. It gives them something to play with. And I'll say what I've always said about Dessers. For me, he's not a first pick number 9 for Rangers if you want to have a team winning titles and winning cups and competing in Europe and all that. But I think he's a very good backup striker, or a very good guy to have competing with another striker in there. So what I'm saying, I agree. I mean, if that bid's there, they have to take him, but probably behind the scenes they'll be thinking, I'd rather get rid of Bayrami and Yilmaz and Proper and that and get the money in for them. Then you might actually be able to keep Dessers, and bringing in another striker to be alongside Dessers gives you that kind of that depth, strength and depth. So it's almost like a catch-22. They probably don't want to let him go because they know what he gives them. But at the same time, as Mick says, at 30, one of the highest earners, the bid's on the table, you kind of need to take it. But as I touched on earlier, it does leave a big hole, because the strikers that are there are strikers that are left. Eagleman, to me, is still a work in progress. He's still a kind of, he's a rough diamond, really. Still a lot of work to be done on him. Still young, developing. And Danilo just hasn't done it. No, he's not been helped by injuries, granted, but he's had loads of chances. Different managers haven't picked him, or he hasn't done it for them. I don't really see if he comes back to be a key player for Rangers. So that's the 2 forwards we've got left. I think if and when Dessers goes, Rangers will need to go and get 2 strikers and hopefully try and offload Danilo if they can.
Rangers Easy OK in the comment section says Dessers has to go. Doesn't ever do it in the big games. Igaman would definitely keep for another year. And Raskin needs to sign a new contract if we want to keep him. Otherwise, we will need to sell.